Let's talk some Michigan recruiting, because over the last 3 weeks, Michigan has just transformed themselves into a recruiting juggernaut. You don't believe me? Just last night, they flipped top 150 safety Jordan Young from Clemson. I mean, you guys remember on November 2nd, Jordan Young committed to Clemson right here on this channel. A month later, he's a Michigan Wolverine. Let's bring in the great Steve Wiltfong, and there could be more. There's a major development that went down on Friday. E.J. Holland of the Wolverine was in Texas at offensive tackle Ty Haywood. He's a 5-star offensive tackle committed to Alabama. He went to his playoff game. After the game, he spoke to E.J. Holland and said that he is thinking about delaying his signing because of the Michigan Wolverine. So what do you think of this latest development, and what does Ty Haywood mean exactly by delaying? Do you think he's talking about delaying a day or two, or is he going to take this thing into January, February?
Well, that's the thing. If he does not sign a letter of intent with Alabama during this upcoming 3-day early signing period that starts on Wednesday, you have to really think that this is trending well for Michigan down the stretch, with an opportunity to get him on campus when the dead period ends for an official visit. And so obviously good news for Michigan right now if they can hold off. Now, Alabama's going to try and get him to sign. And you and I both know we have seen recruits in this early signing period era say they're not going to sign early, and then those papers seem to come in on Wednesday. So Alabama's obviously going to put the foot down and push for him to sign in this early signing period. And he's been committed to the Crimson Tide for a long time, but no question, at the very least, the Wolverines are giving Ty Haywood a lot to think about at the end of the cycle. Other programs have tried to come in and make enticing opportunities for Ty Haywood, but they've been denied. But Michigan is still a program that he's keeping warm, and if he visits, it would definitely not be surprising if he ultimately ended up in this Michigan class, one that ranks number 8 nationally.
What a crazy recent development. Now, the next name is not a recent development. We're talking linebacker Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng, and this has been a two-team race for about the last month of his recruitment. You got Michigan and Colorado. Steve, any insight into who could land him?
Well, I just know that Michigan's on the gas pedal for him, and talking to a source close to Owusu-Boateng, this one's very tight, and it could go either way. Colorado, obviously, there's an opportunity for him to get on the field and start in his first year. He's got some teammates committed there, some former teammates already on the roster, but he's been to Michigan countless times, including a couple games this fall. Him and his family feel very comfortable in Ann Arbor, love the staff, love the culture of the program, and think it's an environment that he could really thrive in. So Michigan's right there at the end pushing for Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng. Another blue chipper out there for them, Josh, is Javian Hilson, the edge rusher from Cocoa, Florida. He took an official visit 2 weekends ago for the Wolverines' last home game against Northwestern. If you remember, he was expected at Florida, but Michigan was able to convince him to take his visit to the Wolverines instead. Now, he just took a visit to Missouri this weekend. He's been to Pittsburgh and Syracuse. Texas A&M are in the equation, and I think infrastructure and resource is very important in this recruitment. But when he's on campus, he's asking great questions. He's really engaged with the staff. This is a high-motored football player that is very disruptive behind the line of scrimmage for one of the Sunshine State's top high school program. So infrastructure and resources, this young man has earned it. And I think Michigan's in there mixing it up, trying to land this young man. And then obviously you got the Moten kid from Kentucky, going to announce his commitment on Thursday on the On3 Recruits YouTube channel. So please hit like and subscribe so you're up to date on when that video is coming. I believe 4 o'clock his time. And I like where Michigan stands. They're battling Virginia and Texas Tech. He leads the state of Kentucky in sacks. He is someone that makes a lot of plays behind the line of scrimmage. His stock really soared at the end of the cycle. He took a visit to Michigan last Sunday and Monday, and the maize and blue are trending for Moten.
So, Steve, Michigan recruiting started heating up, like I said, like 3-4 weeks ago. You know, it all coincided with the Bryce Underwood recruitment, but Michigan was hot before the win over Ohio State. So do you expect this sort of recruiting for Michigan to continue at this pace into 2026 and beyond?
Well, they're going to be a team that's going to have a lot of fun in this offseason. They're going to bring in top recruits for basketball games. There's a lot of excitement around this basketball program right now. New coach, new energy, new environment. We know that Sharon Morris is involved, the head coach recruiter, as there is in the Big Ten right now. You have the momentum of landing Bryce Underwood. You just beat Ohio State for the fourth time. They're coming into a bowl game, playing at a high level. The NFL draft is going to be good to Michigan in April, like it's always been. So there are a lot of reasons to think that Michigan's going to get off to a very hot start in 2026 as we turn the page.
Wow. What an incredible turn of events for Michigan fans. Talk to me and Steve. How are we feeling, not just about this class, but just where Michigan recruiting is in general? Let us know. Comment section below.